Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Celeste Owens. I'm an author and speaker, and I get the amazing privilege of leading the global surrender movement, which I say surrender is doing God's will, His way, all the time. And today we're talking about maximizing your strengths or 3 reasons to focus on your strengths. I can't remember what I entitled this, but we're talking about strengths. We're talking about focusing on them, and we're talking about maximizing your life. I love coming in each week. I'm here each week in the surrender break room. That's what this is. And the surrender break room is a place you can come in, relax, regroup, and then re engage the world with a whole new perspective. So I'm hoping you'll get a new perspective on why it's important to focus on your strengths, right? Focus on your strengths. There has been a time when it was said that it's better to focus on your weaknesses or try to strengthen your weaknesses. But there are much study now. Martin Seligman with positive psychology. We have the Gallup scale talking about how important it is, and maybe even more important to really just focus on your strengths and maximize your existence that way. So if you're watching by replay, yay, welcome. So glad you're here. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you comment, I typically can come in and comment back to you real time. Cool, right? So go ahead, make sure you comment. I love my replay viewers just as much as my live viewers. And if you would be patient as I greet the live viewers, that would be awesome too. Or maybe even fast forward 30 seconds because I will be saying hello to them as they come in. So again, I'm here each week. I'm on YouTube live, hanging out with you all, looking to maximize my existence in YouTube land, looking to get to 2,000 followers. So again, like and subscribe. It'll be much appreciated. Hey, Lorraine, good morning to you coming on in. So glad to have you all here. We're talking about 3 ways to maximize your strengths. I totally can't remember what I entitled this, but 3 ways we're going to be talking about strengths. Okay. Talk about strengths, how to maximize them. Again, I'm Dr. Celeste Owens. This is the Surrender Break Room, Nietzsche. Glad to have you here. And Tabitha's here live and in person this morning. So glad to have you here. We're talking about focusing on your strengths. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why that's so important to do. And we'll be on our merry way. So I've been thinking about this because I actually took a strengths test. And I don't know if you all took that same test. Hold on one sec. I need to get my phone. Hi, Denise. Welcome. Because I actually have some of the notes here on the phone. So we have our strengths training. Hi, Ma. How are you? First Lady Melinda Chisholm is here. Denise is here. Good morning to you all. So I took this strengths finder. I had to pull up my phone because I want to report back a little bit of what it says. So has anybody taken, show of hands, let me know. Hi, Stacy. Stacy, have you taken the Clifton Strengths Finder? It used to be called, it's called the Clifton Strengths. And now I think it's even the Gallup Clifton Strengths. I'll type it in the chat. It's really pretty awesome. So I took that and it made me start thinking about, let me see if I can show that. There it is, the Gallup Clifton Strengths. Has anybody taken that? So it made me start thinking about being able to share this with you all. So, oh, she hasn't taken it. Stacey hasn't taken it. I don't know if any of the rest of you have as well. So let me start this way too. The Bible is very clear. Because my water person, bring me some water right about now, please. Please. So we all have certain gifts and talents, right? And the Bible even talks about that, how we have certain gifts and talents. And sometimes we have gifts and we don't even realize it, or talents that come so natural that we don't even realize it's a talent. And then we oftentimes will look at something or a talent that someone else has or something they're good at and really start to get, weary or get caught up in comparisons, and it's not good to do. So I love this strengths test because it really does give you an opportunity to find out what you're good at. Hello, Kathy Lee. Glad to have you here. And we have certain gifts and talents, and we've been born with certain gifts and talents. God put certain gifts and talents in us. He says we're fearfully and wonderfully made. And then also in Corinthians 12 and 4, Corinthians 12 and 4, it says there are various gifts, but the same Spirit. various gifts, but the same Spirit. To one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another knowledge by the same Spirit. Okay, so there are various gifts, various talents. We aren't all created the same. Good morning, Gwendolyn. Glad to have you in. And we're not all created the same. So we should not be looking to be just like someone else. We have all been inundated, endowed with certain talents and strengths. Good morning, Rita. So the Bible even says that, right? So start to focus on your strengths. You're going to maximize your life. So the Clifton Strengths Finders measures the intensity of your talents in each of the 34 categories they have. So the intensity of your talents is so cool. So even when you look at these talents that they go through, you can even reference them back. Someone said last night, I was on a team meeting and they were talking about how they could really connect them to their gifts, their spiritual gifts, and all of that. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I have they give you 34 and they tell you to focus on the top 10. Focus on the top 10. I have a funny story about this too at the end. And it really helps because when I look at, good morning, Diane and Virginia and Carrie. So happy to have you all in. When I look at these strengths, all of a sudden I understand myself way better. Like way better. Because I often can get caught up in a glass half full kind of mentality. Like, oh, you should be doing this better. Like I could definitely be my worst critic. And I'm a person who naturally pushes people. That means I'm pushing myself even more. Oh my goodness. Then I push other people. I've always been that way. I've always been like push, push, push. But then you know what comes up? That's one of my strengths. So I just have to use it in the right way. That is one of my strengths that I need to utilize in the right way. One of my strengths is futuristic. My first strength, though, has anybody taken this test? If you have, tell me, pop in the chat your 5 strengths. So my first strength is intellection. I know it sounds basically what it means is bookworm, basically. I'm up top in the chat so you can see how it's spelled. Good morning, Adrian. How are you? So my first strength, and I'm gonna go through this real quick because I want to help you guys because this might be something you might want to do, or you might have taken some other strengths test at your job, Myers-Briggs, whatever. But I want you to actually pay attention to them because this is the first time I've actually really paid attention because we had a professional trainer come on, and I was like, oh my goodness, wow. So one of the things, so this strength that I just mentioned to you, my top strength is intellection. All right. So this is what they say about intellection, real quick. Nobody's typed in their thing. So nobody has done this. Has anybody done this test? Or did you just forget what yours were? So my top one is intellection. Let me tell you just one thing that really stood out for me with this one. They said, um, because of your strength, good morning, Clarice. Because of your strength, you may be an individual performer. Perhaps you welcome opportunities to acquire knowledge or ponder ideas on your own. I bet you this is Tabitha too. Oh, okay, Stacy, he's taking the Myers-Briggs. Stacy, this is another good one. Good and little investment. They give you this whole full 25-page report. It's kind of cool. So anyway, I come on. This thing is so good. You may be an individual performer. They're not saying that's a bad thing. I've often beat myself up with, oh, why are you not like more of a team person? Why aren't you like trying to be around a lot of people? Why are you always being an island? Why you that's because I'm an intellectual and I think better and quiet by myself. Yes, I do. Look, they said to some extent you seek to find solitary places where you can think without being distracted by people and noise. Come on. What? Tabitha. She's like, that's definitely me. Kathy Lee, you haven't taken this. This thing is so good. I'm encouraging you guys. I just took it and we had this trainer come on and explain it professionally, like explain it. I was like, mind blowing. Y'all, I used to work at a university. There was this person on my team who loved to um, strategize. This might be one of y'all. So I want y'all to listen that this is not always the best thing to do. There was a person on my team who loved to strategize in groups. Come on, guys, let's brainstorm. And and then when we would go to brainstorm, I would have zero ideas. And after this kept happening over and over again, I felt so dumb. Like I felt dumb because I was beating myself up. Why can't you come up with some ideas? Why can't you, everybody's throwing all these ideas. Kathy Lee, I know. Cynthia, definitely take it. So I would just be like beating myself up. But guess what? That's not my strength. I'm an intellection. Hello. not my strength. I think better by myself. I think better without noise. You know what's so interesting about thinking better without noise? To this day, I can tune out noise like a pro. You know why? I grew up in a big family. There were 10 of us in one house. 10. My parents had 8 children. 10 in one house. Think about an intellectual who lives in a house with 10 people, 9 other people. Y'all know I learned how to tune things out almost to my detriment or to other people's detriment, not to my own detriment, somebody else's detriment. Because even when, so they would be making all that noise, I'll be in a corner reading a book. My mother can attest if she's still on. I loved reading. I would read a book a day. At one point in my life when I was younger, I was reading a book a day. Soaking it up, soaking it up. That's what intellectuals do. They say you love to think, muse, and reflect. Your powerful mental processing and intellectual activity empower you to clarify and explain regardless of the topic or situation. Bam. I'm not going to read the whole thing because I want to give you three ways that you're going to improve on your own strengths, and we're going to move it forward. But I just wanted to share that with you because it is way good. Oh my goodness, Kathy Lee came from a big family too. I'm just the opposite. I need quiet. Me too, Gwendolyn. Quiet. And so that person who was the whole let's brainstorm, stop it already. And the crazy thing was she was my manager, so I had to brainstorm. It wasn't like she was my peer who I could be like, goodbye. She was the manager. So I was like, oh my goodness, we got to go on these brainstorming sessions. Nothing's going to come to mind. Oh my. And instead of just knowing that was a strength, like I don't, you can't maximize my potential by putting me in a big group with noise and talking and throwing ideas out. But anyway, back to tuning people out. Y'all, when I had kids, now they're teenagers, but when I had my kids, I would not hear them crying sometimes. Like not hear, and they'll like come over and like, you hear Leah crying? Huh? Oh, Leah's crying. I did not hear it. Tabitha, okay, Tabitha and I are on the same page. Tabitha's like, I despise group projects. See, you know what, Stacy? I did not understand that until I started understanding this because my son, Stacy, cannot study in quiet. And I was like, no, you need to turn everything off. You need to turn the radio off, the TV off. Come on. This is the way you study. Isn't it crazy how the thing that's good for us, we think is good for everybody else? But God says we're all fearfully and wonderfully made. Oh my goodness, Stacey, that's so good. That's so well said. Because Stacey, I totally have to have no distractions. If I'm studying, Pamela agrees. If I'm studying, oh my goodness, there could be no noise. If I'm trying to sleep, there can be no noise. Like I need quiet. One of my friends, Karen, you all might know Karen Ward, who's a certified personality trainer, does a great job with that. Karen, I remember one time she came to my house and she was here like 5 minutes max. And she was like, oh my goodness, is it always so quiet in here? I was like, quiet? Is it? Oh, it's quiet. Yeah, it's like this every day. Girl, I would lose my mind. I was like, lose your mind about what? This is like the best. What are you talking about? And when the pandemic came, everybody was home. It's a wonder I got any YouTubes done. It's a wonder I led a fast. Everybody in the house? Are you serious? Let's move on. Let's talk about these top 3 things, okay? So focusing your strengths is where you need to go, right? You need to concentrate on your strengths, know what they are. If you don't know, take some tests, ask the Holy Spirit, do something. But you need to know these strengths because they're going to bless your life. People have probably boxed you in for a long time. Oh, Gwendolyn, you shouldn't be that way. Oh, Gwendolyn, you're too this. Or Pamela, you need to change the way you're doing this. It could just be a strength and you need to learn how to maximize it. Clarice, I love you. She said, I don't like group projects. I can study, I can use music. Yeah. So you know what? I can't, Clarice, use music with no words. So if I have like soft instrumental music, like I do like Dappy T Keys. He's like an organist or he plays the keyboard on YouTube, Dappy T Keys. I like him. As long as it has no words, I'm okay. I could do that. Hey, Christy. So Christy's right on time to hear these 3 ways you're going to maximize or why it's important to maximize your strengths. Okay. 3 reasons why it's important. 1, come on now. The first one is you're going to experience less stress. When you start to just concentrate on what your strengths are, and even without taking a test, sometimes you can know what your strengths are. Okay, I study better in quiet. Like I'm a person who's a deep thinker. I'm an intellectual like Celeste. That is one of my strengths. I can really come up with some great ideas being introspective, quiet, learning more, all of that kind of stuff, right? So, yep, Clarice, love it. So you're going to experience less stress if you decide to focus on your strengths and not just trying to um, make your weaknesses better. And like, because that's just way too much. Don't focus on that. Focus on your strengths. Lead with your strengths. Thank you, Clarice. You're going to experience less stress. Experience less stress. Number two. Oh my goodness. When you focus on your strengths, number two, you're going to love this one. It reduces comparisons. So there's a scripture in the Bible that says, don't compare. It says when you compare yourself with other people is dangerous. Now I'm paraphrasing that, but that's what it says pretty much. When you compare yourself with other people is dangerous. So if you're going to, another reason to focus on your strengths is that it's going to reduce comparison. So when you see somebody excelling in their strength, instead of you saying, oh my goodness, see, I don't do anything right. I wish I did that better. Oh, I wish I was more like them. You're like, no, 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 no. That's how they excel. That's how they excel. But no, this is how I excel. That's why it's so awesome and excellent to learn what your strengths are, because this is how I excel. Thank you, Clarice. She's become my, what do you call that? She's become my Vanna White today. Come on, Tabitha. Comparisons kill, right? They really do. Good morning, Stephanie. So glad you finally called it live too. Number one, if you focus on your strengths, I'm giving you some reasons why you're going to experience less stress. Number two, you're going to reduce comparisons. Number three, and I could stay on number two for all day because you know how many times I've compared myself to other people. Oh, you know what? When they even let me think about even when I started public speaking, which I totally didn't think was a strong suit for me because I was intellectual in my head, always reading, introverted, and still introverted. So when I started speaking, I would compare myself to other speakers, and that might just be a natural thing to do, right? But I would compare myself to other speakers and would not feel good about the speaking that I did. But I'm a different kind of speaker. And then once I figured out what my style of speaking was, I started thinking everybody else need to speak on my style. So my style is more of a live out loud kind of style. So when I speak, I often draw from experiences from my own life. Some people don't do that. And they're still powerful speakers. So my strength is to really live out loud and because I'm so introspective, I always think really deep into a topic and even something that has occurred in my own life. And I give that out to other people. But that doesn't mean that's the way everybody has to speak. And for a while, I went with that whole comparison piece. Oh, I'm better than them because this is the way I do, and this is the way it should be done. Cut it out. It's not okay. Pamela, I used to be terrible at that when I was freed. It was a magical God delivered me. Yeah, with the comparisons, I'm sure that's what she's talking about, right? Comparisons. It's the thief of joy. Stephanie, come on now. Comparisons, the Bible tells us, is the thief of your joy. Now, if you want to have joy, interestingly enough, it says, the joy of the Lord is my what? My strength. Ooh, like getting yourself some power, being able to live in a meaningful way. So no comparisons. I think we hammered that in enough, right? I want to make sure we did. Number three, when you focus on your strengths, you feel more confident, self-aware, and productive. So when you focus on your strengths, you feel more confident, self-aware, so you're able to be able to not compare yourself to other people, but really knowing who you are, and productive. Because when you are self-aware, when you're not comparing yourself to other people, when you're not all stressed out, you're going to be productive. You're going to be productive. I love it. So um and you know what? Once I realized that there are certain things that I do well, I was able to maximize those and become not only just a better person, a better wife, a better daughter, a better friend, but also a better leader because I realize we're all different and this is the way I lead. And so I don't want to make everybody else do things the way I think they should be done because it looks like the right way. I often, you all, ask God to open my eyes for wisdom. And in Jeremiah 33:3, it talks about that, how if you ask, not if you ask, I'm about to say if you have not because you ask not, but how God will let you see the things that you can't see, the fenced in things, the things that aren't clear to you. So that's what I have to pray for, because otherwise we will um, leave from our strengths thinking that everybody else has the same strength, and that is immature. Thank you, Clarice. You will feel more confident, self-aware, and productive when you lead from your strengths. So I hope that encourages you today to lead from, to go know what your strengths are and to work on those in order to maximize your existence. Maximize it. You will, when you, and this is what the Clifton Strengths find. I have no buy-in to this test. I just love it. I have no buy-in. Okay, so I'm just saying. But one of the things they said on the Clifton Strengths Finder is that you could become the absolute best version of yourself when you focus on the top 10 strengths. So they give you 34. When you focus on the top 10, they say you will become the absolute best, the best version of yourself. Real quick, y'all, before I end, let me tell y'all, somebody might be wondering, what's my lowest strength? They don't call them weaknesses. They just say your lesser strength. What's my least strength? Y'all, you would never guess what my least strength is. Let me go find it for you. You would never guess. Because when I saw it, I laughed, and I actually was not surprised. I was like, yep, mm-hmm. Here's what my less stress is. Where can we take the test? It's on their website. It's gallup.com, Tabitha, gallup.com. And then you read on to see if it's something you think you want to take, but I thought it was pretty cool. So it's Gallup, GALLUP.com. Oh, Dana, awesome. So Dana, you're going to crack up when you heard my least strength is, and I'm going to put it in here. So my lesser strength, you all, nobody's going to guess, so I'm just going to put it in. My lesser strength is adaptability. Adaptability. Now, what's so funny about that being my lesser strength? It means that I pretty much, it just means you like to control. What makes that funny is that that's my least strength. And then God gives me the ministry of surrender. Go tell everybody what it means to let go of control. Even though your least strength, girlfriend, is adaptability. This is way out of your, it's just way out of your natural ability. So oftentimes, you all, and this is how I want to end this, is that the thing that God will call you to do sometimes is the thing that's not one of your strengths. And that's why the word tells us I could do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Ooh, that's good, right? Adaptability. Let me tell y'all. Adaptability. People exceptionally talented, not me. People who are exceptionally talented in the adaptability theme prefer to go with the flow. They prefer to surrender. They prefer to do God's will His way. They tend to be now people. Ooh, I often have to take myself out of the future or the past. Last night I was thinking about something that occurred. See, you know what, y'all? I was thinking about something that occurred last night and lost 3 hours of sleep. 3 hours of sleep thinking about the past. Not being a now person, but come on now. Won't God do it? That I get to go around here teaching y'all this, and this is not my strength, or it's my lesser strength. They tend to be now people who take things as they come and discover the future one day at a time. What? One day at a time? Are you kidding me? Man, I'm like 5 years ahead. So Dana, what, right? Dana, he will take your lesser strength and make it great. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. But it's interesting about this lesser strength that I do it through my other strengths. I do it through intellection, thinking about surrender, reading about it, writing about it, learn everything I can learn about. That's intellection. One of my other strengths is, what's the other one? In how I do. Oh, it's futuristic. So the way I do surrender is futuristic. I'm always pushing people. Okay, think about it this way. Take yourself out of your situation right now. Think about what God has already done and what He's about to do. Like they're all playing out through what my greatest strengths are. It's cool. I should just assign y'all to do this so we could all just talk about it as a group. It would be so fun. I should just make it an assignment. But anyway, I'm going to take it today. Kathy Lee, yay. And Kathy Lee, in our group, I put the Zoom from last night so that you could go back and hear the trainer, because the trainer trained us on it last night. It's right in our group me. That's awesome. Thank you, Dana. Appreciate that. So anyway, that's it. That's all I have for you today. I hope that encouraged you, helped you to focus on your strengths. You all know what they are. Know that God has created you for such a time as this, for a great plan and purpose. He didn't make you cookie cutter. He didn't make you like your sister or your brother or your other friends. He made you uniquely you. So he needs you to show up today to be just who he created you to be. You have space that you need to take up, and you have a voice that needs to be heard. Okay? Good. Let's not focus on all these weaknesses, but let's move forward in the plan of God. What is this? Sorry. Let's stay focused. There was a random rollerball on my table. I'm like, huh? I've been listening, but when been walking. Good for you, Roanna. She's out there walking today. I love it. So anyway, guys, stay surrender. Oh, quick announcement. I have a Teachable now, right? Teachable.com. The first class that has been put in my Teachable is Making Peace with Hunger. So, I wrote this book right here, Making Peace with Hunger, because I'm a straight up intellection. And I didn't thought through this hunger thing. And it's right here in this book. So, Making Peace with Hunger, I'm trying to put the website up if you want to check out the Teachable. So, Surrender University dot teachable.com. So that's the first course. You could do it as a self-study, or you could do it with several of us who are going to be doing it live. I'm going to be teaching it for 3 weeks in a row. Gwendolyn will be there. Diane will be there. I know, who's in the chat right now. It's going to be amazing and awesome. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. We start this Sunday. So if you want to join us, go on to the website, teachables surrender-university.teachable.com. Or you can just go to surrenderuniversity.com. You can access it that way too. Either which way. And if you want to join us, make sure you register by Friday, because we're going to start on Sunday. We're going to start on Sunday. And when you do the live experience, I gift you the book for free. So I'll send it right out to you. So you want to actually join now so that you can get the book in time for Sunday. It's going to be amazing. So if you're struggling in that area, struggling with ways to find better variety in your diet, to eat better, to feel better, less inflammation, less joint pain, being in more disciplined in your eating. I'm going to let the cat out the bag, but one of the things we're going to do first is a water challenge with our live experience. But there's a vegan meal plan in the sessions as well, even with the self-study. So if you want to give yourself a week to refresh your palate, clean your palate, and all that good stuff, all of that's there. I'm so proud of that study that you can do. So anyway, surrenderuniversity.com, or go to surrender-university.teachable.com. I'm on tomorrow at noon for There's an Oil for That. So we'd love to have you there. Come on, Clarice. Geez, I'm unique. Nobody can do me but me. You better say that. Love it. So catch me tomorrow at noon if you want to. Same live experiences, also including Instagram Live on tomorrow as well. All right, you guys, be blessed. Love you. And I will catch you soon. Bye-bye.